Oh, geez, to the eye. Oh. In honor of the new movie dropping, we are breaking down and reacting to all of the over-the-top, gnarly medical scenes and painful injuries from John Wick.
We called him Baba Yaga.
Let's dive right in. John Wick already has some blood to the right lower quadrant of his abdomen. Your appendix is over there. Ascending colon, your intestines. It's actually not a bad place to get injured. It could go through and through and just hit soft tissue. Oh my gosh, he's just firing left and right. Sometimes actually people will die just from a single gunshot wound versus they get shot 10 times and they survive. It just depends on where an individual gets shot. Looks like these are head injuries, and a lot of head injuries causes so much destruction that's not compatible with life. Oh, karate chop to the throat, but with the gun, that's going to cause a lot of discomfort. It'll actually potentially cause spasming right away of your vocal cords. Could cause pain, hit nerves and blood vessels in that area as well. Could cause some swelling, but not in the immediate situation. So the two guys running in with a nice dress shirt, it looks like chest wounds. When we see people who get penetrating trauma to the chest, you worry about the heart and you worry about the lungs. Yes, you can have some fractures to bones, but we're worried about A, B, and C, airway, breathing, circulation. Oh my gosh, look at this, like hopping, rolling down the stairs, like parkour!
Parkour!
Oh, see, nice. Okay, shot to the abdomen, showed some blood. Obviously, this is a film, but the blood will seep out. It probably is a through and through. Might hit some intestines, might hit some major blood vessels. Has anybody actually gotten a hit with just a gun? Most of them are a combination of solid steel, metal, really heavy, can definitely cause some big hematomas and contusions. I mean, when you get hit and kicked, you're gonna get dizzy, kind of lightheaded, and not be totally with it. People obviously train to be able to handle themselves in these situations, but it's always impressive. Head injury into glass, it broke pretty easy. You got your hair to protect your skin. In general, glass cases for display are probably pretty thin, unlikely to cause a lot of damage. It's not like those crazy Anderson triple pane windows. They're breaking glass with their elbow versus hand. You have a lot of places that it can fracture, lacerate. So if you can use the heel of your foot with a shoe, knee, elbow, those sorts of areas are probably a little bit better than trying to punch it or use your own hand. Oh, yeah, knife to knife. Oh, man. Right shoulder. You do have some major nerves to the area and could hit some major blood vessels of the shoulder. Everything is coming from your shoulder down to your arm, so you have to be really careful. Oh. Oh, watch out for the majulis. Oh, the guy's got stabbed in the back, shoulder. He's hitting his friend. The muscles of the back are super thick, so it might be protective. They might be in the lung on either side. It eventually will start to collapse. As you take a deep breath, the air is leaking out into the space around the lung. So with every breath you take, it'll actually compress down. Oh, throwing stars, throwing knives, really impressive. Hard to do, actually. I've done axe throwing, so you actually have to know your distance and speed of how fast to actually rotate the axe based on the distance that you are at versus it just bouncing with the handle. Woo! Knife wound straight to the head. Can the knife actually go through the bone? I've seen people come in with a lot of knife wounds where it's mostly soft tissue injury. I haven't actually seen a fracture from a knife wound to the skull. It typically bounces off. What I like is the noise of shoulder injury. The most common way somebody dislocates their shoulder is anteriorly, so it's anterior and inferior. Perfect example. The tip just on top, soft tissue injury. This is what I see where people try to do that. It doesn't get stuck in there. Oh geez, to the eye. Oh.
I'm okay.
Once you get an open injury to the globe, we call that the eye, then you have the fluid leaking out. You get injury to the cornea, which is highly painful. If it goes too far into the back, that's when the retina starts getting injured. trying to hit different pressure points of the neck, but there's so much soft tissue there that is actually protecting this individual. Oh, geez. Oh! You see people who go through plate glass windows and they get a lot of laceration injuries from the glass that's actually on the ground. Oh! Right lower quadrant injury with a bullet.
With a bullet!
You're gonna have the burn from the muzzle itself. It could be a through and through, miss major things, could hit the intestines. It will take a little bit of time for significant amount of bleeding and or stool to start pooling in the abdomen. So obviously, if you get an injury like this, compress the area, try to get help immediately, call 911 or whatever number it is in your country, but hold compression to the area so you don't bleed. And then he's got a lot of superficial wounds to his face from going through that glass. Very common. A lot of times we'll do x-rays when somebody comes to the hospital to make sure that there's no glass in the wound before we sew it back up. Bullet that close to your ear could cause compressive force damage to your eardrum and cause a rupture or perforated tympanic membrane, which is extremely painful. You'll have a little bit of bleeding. Typically, they'll heal on their own. Oh my gosh, stab to the throat. This is gonna cause airway compromise if it's right through the trachea, difficulty breathing, and then blood pooling into the airway and swelling. When in doubt, use a pencil. Oh! Wow. They say in courses where you have to learn to do self-defense that these objects are actually useful. Oh my gosh. Ow, my ear. The eardrum is so sensitive. I have to sometimes sedate people to get foreign bodies out of the ear canal because it's so painful. So I can't even imagine that. Awful, awful. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Anterior trauma to the neck affecting either your carotid artery jugular vein or the trachea itself. And then going posterior hits into the back. Could have gone into the brain stem. Severs the connection between the brain and the body and down. Oh, slice to your own forearm. If it's deep enough, you can get some major blood vessels, tendons. You're hitting superficial veins. The deep veins in the antecubital fossa, which is here, you have major blood vessels running through. And hope you just slice your own buddy's neck open. I've actually seen people who've had anterior neck wounds where they slice open, but it's all soft tissue because the major blood vessels are a little bit deeper, protected by the muscles of the neck. So unless you get it super deep here or super deep here, a superficial wound across looks scary. I love John Wick movies. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, binge watch this whole playlist right here and make sure that you subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching and stay healthy, my friends.